What's up? It's Susie from Hey Grill Hey. No smoker? No problem. Today I got you covered with this easy breezy, extra cheesy mac and cheese you can make right on your grill. Let's do it. Let's kick off our grilled mac and cheese by talking about the grill. I'm going to be doing mine on my charcoal Weber. You can do this on a gas grill. You can also do this on your stovetop or in your oven. When we're talking about our grill, I've got charcoal all across the bottom, and we're shooting for an overall temperature on your grill of about 400 to 425 degrees. Now I've got a 12-inch cast iron skillet on my grill grates, preheating, 3 to 5 minutes to preheat, and then we're ready to make the roux for our mac and cheese. We're gonna kick off our roux with 4 tablespoons of butter and 6 tablespoons of flour. Grab a whisk and mix that together. You really want your butter to sizzle when it hits that pan. You know it's warm enough. As the butter melts down, it'll incorporate into the flour. We don't want any lumps, and we want to kind of cook off that raw taste of the flour. This is gonna give us a nice, thick, creamy base for our mac and cheese. Once the flour is all incorporated into the butter, you don't have any white flecks of flour anywhere, it's time to add our liquids. I've got 3 cups of milk and a cup of heavy cream. And just whisk as you pour. You know what I'm gonna do? Hot glove, hot grill. So you wanna bring this up to a boil, and as it's coming up to temperature, that roux will start to thin out, dissolve into the milk and cream, and give you a nice, thick, really luscious base for your sauce. Now that it's up to a boil, I'm gonna add my seasonings and then take it off of the grill. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. This isn't spicy, but it's just enough heat to add this kind of magic to the mac and cheese overall. Then you can use a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Anytime I use salt and pepper, I basically just swap it out for beef rub. So I'm gonna put in about a tablespoon of my beef seasoning. Now our base is ready to come off and cool just slightly so we can add our cheese. We don't want to add our cheese while it's still boiling. It'll cause the cheese to separate and our mac and cheese to actually be greasy and not smooth and delicious. To our hot but not boiling base, we're going to add all of our cheese. I've got 16 ounces of medium cheddar, and I do recommend that you shred this yourself. Brandon, our lovely kitchen assistant. Thank you, Brandon. He was the cheese shredder today. He got a very good upper arm workout. But shredding the cheese yourself will make for a meltier, creamier product because packaged cheese from the grocery store comes with a coating on the outside. Sometimes it's rice flour, sometimes it's other things, but it's to help the shreds or prevent the shreds from sticking together in the bag. But when you try and melt that cheese, it can result in clumpy, not fully melted cheese. So shredding yourself is always the way to go. I've also got 8 ounces of shredded smoked Gouda. Now you don't have to use smoked Gouda, but I like it. It just adds another layer of flavor to what we've got going on in the grill. Gouda is my favorite cheese in mac and cheese. It melts, it provides this delicious nutty flavor in the background. It's so good. The last is 8 ounces of shredded mozzarella, and this gives you that ooey gooey stringy cheesiness. So these 3 cheeses combined are really this mac and cheese's superpower. So I'm just gonna stir with a wooden spoon until it is all incorporated. Yes, it is a lot of cheese, but it will melt down. Oh no! I think I have to quit. supposed to save some of each cheese to sprinkle on top. Just dumped them all in there. So I just had a realization as I'm stirring all of this cheese that maybe I got a little caught up in the moment because I was real excited about the cheese. I mixed it all in. Normally, when I make this and in the recipe, I like to leave a little bit of each cheese out so I can put some across the top before I put it back in. Now, I pull all of my cheese in there. Luckily, I still have some mozzarella and some of the medium shredded cheddar, so I'm just gonna shred a little extra. Use that to top, but when you're making it at home, set a little bit of the cheese aside. Also, happens to the best of us. My cheese is incorporated. Guys, this is thick. This is where I want you to make the call. If you like a looser, saucier mac and cheese, go ahead and add in an extra ½ cup of milk or cream right here to get you to the consistency that you like. This mac and cheese is not a baked mac and cheese, so it's not gonna get much thicker than this. But once we get the noodles in and it coats all of the noodles, you'll be able to see the consistency of the sauce that you're basically gonna end up with. If you're cooking at home and you know you like it softer, go ahead and add that bit of milk. It's great. Okay, to my melty cheese base, I'm gonna add in 1 pound of cooked pasta. This is this corkscrew cavatappi pasta. You can just use regular elbow noodles if that's what you've got, but I like a fun pasta. It is going to be very, very full in this 12-inch skillet. It's okay, just go slow. I like a really full skillet. I think because I added all that extra cheese that was supposed to go on top into it, I made it a little thicker than usual. This looks a little thicker than normal, probably because I added all of the cheese on accident. So I am gonna add a little bit of extra milk just to get a creamier consistency, and then some more cheese to put on top. Wink. Got a magic bowl of backup cheese. Once my mac and cheese is all mixed in with the sauce and the noodles and everything looks great, just top with a little bit of the cheese that you obviously reserved from the beginning because you are smarter than I am. This is just gonna go back onto our grill with the lid closed until the sides are bubbling and the top of the cheese is nice and melty. Once our mac and cheese is on, we want to drop the temperature in our grill down a little bit. So if you're using a gas burner, just turn those burners down. For a charcoal grill, you want to shut down some of that airflow to reduce the heat inside the chamber itself. I want this to be about 325 degrees and it'll take around 20 minutes for this to finish cooking all the way through. All right, after about 20 minutes, all around the outside of our mac and cheese is bubbly. All of the cheese across the top is melted. It was ready to come off the grill. Now mine bubbled over a little bit, probably because the extra cheese that I put inside, but it looks amazing. I'm just gonna let it rest for a couple of minutes before I start spooning things out. All right, look at that cheese pull. I don't mess around when it comes to mac and cheese. If it doesn't have a lot of sauce, a lot of cheese, I don't want it.
Welcome to the Susie burns her mouth and takes too big of a bite show.
I only got one noodle.
Okay.
Listen, I told you guys those 3 cheeses were a power combo. They absolutely are. You get that classic mac and cheese with the cheddar, but that Gouda is tangy and smoky and nutty. And then that mozzarella cheese just gives it that extra ooey gooey everything. This mac and cheese is perfect. Easy to make on your grill. Perfect side dish for whatever you got going on with your summer barbecues. I hope you give this one a try. You can check it out on the Hey Grill Hey website or in the Hey Grill Hey app. And if you want to make it exactly like me, you got to grab the Hey Grill Hey beef seasoning. That's in my store. You can find it on the website or in the video description below. Thanks for following along. If you want more easy, awesome backyard barbecue recipes to help you become the backyard barbecue hero, you better subscribe to my channel. We'll catch you next time. Fine. Take it.